It'll actually go to some different things.
It started the day that I went to see, I was at the state fair and I was watching this guy doing the Vegematic thing. I remember it was Vegematic. And I remember wanting one real bad, and I didn't have that much money, but I bought one anyways because it looked like such a good deal. And I wasn't the only one, man. They were lining up, to go ahead and buy this Vegematic from this guy. I mean, he was good at it and everything. Man, it was perfect. We're going to save time and money, everything. Well, the Vegematic didn't work. I was a little frustrated about it anyway, so. Anyway, years later, my daughter, I always figured that this guy, if you could sell things, you could be rich, If you can sell things, you'll be a rich person. I don't care what it is, if you can sell anything, you'll be rich. So I always had that in my mind. So when my daughter asked me, she was just a little girl, can you get rich, Dad? Well, you have to go to school, for sure, and you have to sell things, sell them, and then you'll be rich. Oh, okay, Dad. So months start going by, I start noticing her piggy bank start getting filled up, I didn't think nothing about it. I figured it was her grandfather, because her grandfather was always giving her money, and Jennifer was the kind that she would save stuff, She was the kind that would get, like, the pomegranate seeds, and she'd take them all out, put them into a bag, and save them, That was Jennifer. Anyways, I was noticing all this money coming in, and sure enough, a couple of weeks, maybe a month later, I get a call from the secretary there at the Catholic school. Sir, the principal wants to talk to you. I said, oh yeah, well, what about? I guess your daughter is selling rocks. She's selling rocks? That's right, he wants to talk to you right away. Click, It's like, all right. So I get kind of nervous. What the hell is she selling rocks? I thought for sure it must be drugs, because in them days everything was drugs. But I could not believe that my daughter was only like 7 at the most. So I go to the thing, I'm nervous, and I'm sitting in front of this principal, me and my daughter sitting there. And he's telling me, she's selling rocks. I said, what do you mean she's selling rocks? Do you mean drugs? Is that what she's doing? No, she's selling rocks, real rocks. Real rocks? Yes, real rocks. She's telling them that they're magic rocks, and she's selling them. I said, well, how much are you selling these rocks for? Well, he said, well, that's the whole thing. She's telling them, asking them how much money they got, and if they have whatever they got, she's telling them that's exactly how much. So I laughed because that was my thing, That's what I always used to tell her. Whatever she had, that's how much it cost. I asked her, where she got these magic rocks. She told him she just picked them up in the backyard, So a guy got all mad. He tells me, she's selling them false hope. She's selling this and that. She has to give the money back. I said, whoa, wait a minute. She won't sell any more rocks, but she keeps the money. Because she keeps the money. He said, yes, sir. This is, she sold the rocks. I mean, you can't give the money back. I said, they got the rock. If they, even if we're not gonna, you need to talk to your people, I told, and make sure that they don't buy rocks from people. That don't make any sense. I wouldn't buy a rock. Would you buy a rock? I was telling him. I've always had a little funny thing, I was about Catholics anyways, they kind of preach a lot of stuff, but there's other religions that don't believe the same thing. So when to me it was kind of ironic when this man was telling me how she's preaching false hope and all this kind of stuff. I said, we're in a Catholic church, and you're telling me all about false hope. And there's a lot of people out there that say that your religion is based on the same thing. She was dreaming about, and my granddaughter, she had her in a headlock, and she was looking. No, give me the money. No, give me the money. And that was all the whole line, give me the money. No, and she would have the bag out, holding the bag out. Give me the money. Anyway, she woke up, and that's what gave her the idea that she needed to get the bully on her side. She didn't want to fight with the bully, so she made a deal with the bully. The big bully kind of person that she had convinced to be on her side would stand there like this, and she said, "Oh yeah, I had them lined up at the swing set. It's all these kids are lined up at the swing set waiting to go give her money for the magic rock." I said, "You made all that money?" Because she must have made $20, She said, "Oh yeah, I had them lining up." And the bully would go get them, and she'd put them over there. And if they give her any trouble, like if they didn't like the rock, she would reach into this little box and pull out this little magic rock, and she'd show it to them. She wouldn't show them any other rock, just that one. She said, "Well, don't you have any other rocks?" "No, this is it. This is the magic rock." So they had to buy that rock, and if they didn't like that rock, all of a sudden you'd hear the bully would be all, "Is there a problem over there?" Sure enough, she made at over $20 back, and she was only 5 years old, maybe 6. I don't know. She was very young and making money, selling rocks. What she was doing was she was selling them stuff. She would tell them stuff like, what's your problem? Like, what do you have? Like something wrong? She says, "I need to make an A in spelling." "Well, if you buy this rock and put it right next to your book when you study, you'll get an A, So people were actually doing that. The guy wanted a new bike. She said, "Well, that'll cost a lot of money. That's an extra special rock, So he gives her like $2 for the rock, and she tells us, "Well, put this rock in your pocket, and every time you help your mother do chores and your father do chores, that'll help to get you your bike, So anyways, on the way home, I'm telling her, we're getting in the car, we're on the way home, and I tell her, I says, "Well, how come you're telling the people that they were magic?" And she says, "Well, because otherwise they won't buy them." And that's the story of Rosalie's magic rocks.